So let's talk about how we would run a filter over an image or a grid, such as in this class activity. So what we see here is our original grid. And this could be anything. It could be a digital elevation model. For remote sensing, it could be one band of data, one band of the imagery, such as what was recorded in the red portion of the electromagnetic spectrum. And basically, we either want to smooth something out, which is what the low pass filter does, or we want to enhance something, which is what the high pass filter does. Both of these filters are called kernels or convolution kernels. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to pass this filter over this original image for the low pass filter, and then we're going to come out with an output as we see here. So let's talk about exactly what's going on. In this example here, we can see that the first one we're going to calculate is this middle cell here, which has a current value of 8. But what we're going to do is we're going to lay this low pass filter, this filter here, over the red area here, and then we're going to multiply 1 times 3, 1 times 7, 1 times 2, and we're going to add all those numbers together. So that's what's shown here. 3 plus 7 plus 2 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2. Since we've added all 9 of those numbers together, then we're going to divide by 9 and get a value of 3.2. And we're going to write that into that same grid cell in the output grid. So this is going to be the final grid after we pass the low pass filter over it. So why are some of these ones along the edge grayed out? Because if we took our low pass filter here and we moved it up here, which is where it would need to be in order to recalculate this 2 in the corner right here, we can see that we have missing values. So the very first one we can get in the upper, the very first one we can recalculate with this low pass filter in the upper corner would be this one here. So this one here, we would have to multiply 1 by 2, 1 by 1, 1 by 5, and add all of those up. And then once we added all of those up and divided by 9, we would get a value of 3.4 in this grid cell here. So the gray ones will not get a value because they're on the edge, and the low pass filter always, after we run a low pass filter, the new output grid always kind of has this edge around it. So we always have to move at least one grid cell in from the edge depending on how big our kernel is. So let's just try one more. I'm just going to move this over one space here, and we'll together do this one here. Okay? So we're going to apply the same low pass filter to these numbers here. So this is going to be 1 times 1 plus 5 times 1 plus 2 times 1 plus 3 times 1 plus 7 times 1 plus 2 times 1 plus 2 times 1 plus 8 times 1 plus 2 times 1, and then we would take that entire equation here and we'd divide by 9. And that's how we would get the value. Once we've done that calculation, that's how we would get the value that we would type in right here.